Namaskar, I am Tanmay De. Welcome to Sanchoita. I hope you all are doing well and learning from my videos. So today I am going to dictate the Hindu editorial passage. Total words 829. Speed will be 80 words per minute. Now be ready. After the countdown of 5, I will start my dictation. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has released data fact sheets for 22 states and union territories within bracket UTs bracket close based on the findings of phase 1 of the National Family Health Survey 5 within bracket NFHS 5 bracket close. The 22 states oblique UTs don't include some major states such as Tamil Nadu, Rajasthan, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand, Odisha, and Madhya Pradesh. While the national picture will only be clear when the survey is completed and data are released for all the states and UTs, what we have so far points a traveling picture in relation to nutrition outcomes. Of the 22 states and UTs, there is an increase in the prevalence of severe acute malnutrition in 16 states oblique UTs within bracket compared to NFHS 4 conducted in 2015-16 bracket close. Kerala and Karnataka are the only two big states among the 6 states and UTs where there is some decline. The percentage of children under 5 who are underweight has also increased in 16 out of the 22 states oblique UTs. Anemia levels among children as well as adult women have increased in most of the states with a decline in anemia among children being seen only in 4 states oblique UTs within bracket all of them smaller ones Lakshadweep, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Dadar and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu and Meghalaya bracket close. There is also an increase in the prevalence of other indicators such as adult malnutrition measured by those having a body mass index of less than 18.5 kg square meter in many states oblique UTs. What is also a matter of concern is the most states oblique UTs also see an increase in overweight oblique obesity prevalence among children and adults, once again drawing attention to the inadequacy of diets in India both in terms of quality and quantity. The data report an increase in childhood stunting within bracket an indicator of chronic undernutrition and considered a sensitive indicator of overall well-being bracket close in 13 of the 22 states oblique UTs comported to the data of NFHS 4. Among the remaining 9 states, 5 see an improvement of less than in percentage point within bracket PP bracket close in this 5-year period. Sikkim within bracket 7.3 pp bracket close, Manipur within bracket 5.5 pp bracket close, Bihar within bracket 5.4 pp bracket close, and Assam within bracket 1.1 pp bracket close are the four states which see some improvement, although even these are below the goals set by the government. There was a 10 pp decline in stunting among children under 5 below height for age between 2005-6 within bracket NFHS3 bracket close and 2015-16 within bracket NFHS4 bracket close from 48% to 38%, averaging 1 pp a year. Although in the right direction, this was considered to be a very slow pace of improvement. Poshan Abhiyan, one of the flagship programs of the Prime Minister, launched in 2017, aimed at achieving a 2 pp reduction in childhood stunting per year. All indications from these initial results of NFHS5 are that we are likely to see an increase in prevalence of childhood stunting in the country during the period 2015-16 to 2019-20. This is extremely alarming and calls for serious introspection on not just the direct programs in place to address the problem of child malnutrition, but also the overall model of economic growth that the country has embarked upon. The World Health Organization calls stunting within double quote a maker of inequalities in human development decode. Over the last 3 decades, there have been phases where India has experienced high rates of economic growth, but this period has also seen increasing inequality, greater informalization of the labor force, and reducing employment elasticities of growth. Some expansion in social protection schemes and public programs such as the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, the public distribution system, the integrated child development scheme within bracket ICDS bracket close, and school meals have contributed to reduction in absolute poverty as well as previous improvements in nutrition indicators. However, there are continuous attempts to weaken these mechanisms through underfunding and general neglect. For instance, in a response to a parliamentary question in December 2019, the Minister for Women and Child Development presented data which showed that only about 32.5% of the funds released for Poshan Abhiyan from 2017-18 onwards had been utilized. The last few years particularly have been had with slowdown in economic growth, stagnant rural wages, and highest levels of unemployment. This is also reflected, for instance, in the rising number of reported starvation deaths from different parts of the country. Volunteers of the Right to Food campaign have listed over 100 starvation deaths based on media and oblique or verified finding reports since 2015. While these data present a bleak picture as far as nutrition is concerned, what is worrying is that the situation would be even worse now as a result of the pandemic and lockdown induced economic distress. Field surveys such as the recent within single quote Hunger Watch Decode are already showing massive levels of food insecurity and decline in food consumption, especially among the poor and vulnerable households. In the Hunger Watch survey carried out in 11 states, two-thirds of the respondents reported that the nutritional quality and quantity of their diets worsened in September October compared to before the lockdown. All of these calls for urgent action with commitment towards addressing the issue of malnutrition. Stop writing. Now I am showing you some important words meaning. This is part 1. This is part 2. Okay, now I am showing you some important words outline. This is part 1. And this is part 2. Now I am showing you the full passage in 4 parts. This is part 1. This is part 2. This is part 3. And this is the final part. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you like my work. Please take care. Bye.